Let's take another look now at today's top stories. Heading into week 3 of the election campaign, Scott Morrison has kicked off with an ironclad guarantee of no new taxes should the coalition be re-elected, and $100 billion of tax relief over the next 4 years. Meanwhile, with opposition leader Anthony Albanese still out with COVID, Labor is keeping mum on its own tax policy.
We are not proposing any tax reforms beyond the proposals that we will shortly make about multinational tax reform.
Meantime, France is heading to the polls for the second round of voting in their presidential election. Incumbent centrist Emmanuel Macron is taking on far-right candidate Marine Le Pen in what is set to be a tight contest.
Yeah, now, Le Pen is actually doing pretty well in the polls, despite the fact she has a far-right leaning. She's actually resonating quite well with young voters. So they tried to get a bit of a feel of how this is going with the man on the street. That man was Mehdi, and he has a very interesting idea on how to teach these young, misguided people a lesson.
Mehdi says young French people don't understand how extreme Le Pen's politics really are. He's tempted to vote for her just so they see her in action.
Oh, okay. Interesting strategy.
It's the voting equivalent of parents saying, you will smoke this entire pack of cigarettes.
Just so you can get cancer and die.
Yeah.
I can say I told you so.
I don't mean to, use French, but that is very la dumb.
Tyson Fury, in other news, is still the WBC heavyweight champion, knocking out challenger Dillian White in the 6th round with a brutal right uppercut in front of more than 94,000 supporters at London's Wembley Stadium. Fury teased he might not retire on his undefeated record.
I definitely think so, but I'm not ruling out. I will not rule out exhibitions for sure. Get some of that Floyd Mayweather money.
There's a great press conference, and afterwards, I need to point out what we're about to see is a press conference. It's post-boxing match. You are going to see 3 men standing at a desk, 2 of which are shirtless. That has nothing to do with what I'm about to show you. But he was asked about his trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart, how he helped him for the fight. And Tyson's answer was thankfully very PG.
When I brought Sugar in for the last couple of fights, he took me back to being a rank novice. He made me feel like a piece of shit, and that's without swearing or anything.
I think it is swearing, but I'm not going to tell him that.
I think if you're a really big boxer, maybe that doesn't quite qualify.
He would have a massive swear jar, I know.
Sugar Hill. Is
Sugar
that his
Hill.
real name?
Yeah.
Well, there's one you haven't got on your baby list right now.
No, well, that's the name of my baby. It's actually Sugar Hill Fran.
And Sydney's loos have a big, sticky problem. They're getting clogged up with all sorts of unflushables, including wet wipes, a prosthetic leg, false teeth and sunglasses. To combat the issue, Sydney Water has launched a new campaign encouraging would-be flushers to bin items instead.
Yeah, after Tommy's toasty, For full disclosure, I dropped a prosthetic leg. It was also during the break. I ran to the toilet and a prosthetic leg came out.
It was also half a jar of chili oil.
That was true. That's right. That's how it came out so easily.
All right, well...
It was a lubricated leg. It was fine, guys. Don't panic. It's all natural.